I want. Today is the Tuesday, the August 31st. Welcome to another audio blog update on the Thalassemia and me video blogs. So this podcast basically is updating you some of the stuff which is going on with me, and probably end this podcast with talking about some changes, some update to my kind of SJ oral Iron Chelators from next year, which is 2017 onwards. But let's get into some updates first before I talk to about the main stuff, then end this podcast. So today is a Tuesday. I just came back from work. For those who do not know what I'm working now, I'm like admin assistant, working for some manager in like real estate company. My working hours is Monday to Friday, weekdays 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So it's 5 days a week. Sometimes come like 9 to 5, but usually 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So it's like not far from my place, easier for me to go and get off from work. And weekends sometimes I work like few hours part time if I need for this previous manager, because it's need helper. So whenever I have a time, I don't mind helping her out. It's my previous manager, so no harm. I get paid as well, as I know my manager well, so we trust each another. Sometimes we are when he needs people to do some admin stuff, I could help on the weekend as far as I could able to commit, because sometimes Saturday I have blood transfusions. And by the way, now I usually go for my blood transfusion on the Saturday instead of Friday that I used to all along for at least many months, probably about a year. So Saturday I'll be going for my blood transfusion, which my next transfusion is next Saturday. So I have to go for my cross matching on the Friday itself. I couldn't go on the Saturday to have my cross matching and transfusion on the same day. Usually on Friday I would, but on Saturday they half day the ward, so I have to come on Friday morning before my work 8:30 a.m. I go to the ward to have my this cross matching done, then make payment or register. Then after that I will head out to work. Still got 1.5 hours before I start work at 10 a.m. and the next day, Saturday, once I arrive at the ward, have my blood set, probably the blood already comes, so I don't need to wait 1 or 2 hours, sometimes even longer for the blood to arrive. Because if you do on the same day, it takes longer for the the cross matching procedure to be done. You have to wait 2 hours on average for the blood to come. So it's good and bad. So during the weekends, if I do not need to go for my blood transfusion on the Saturday, or having to go to work on the Sunday, usually I have to work 3 hours on Sunday, but Saturday sometimes I have some free time, which I told myself I need to rest too, because I could overwork easily, but then it drains my hemoglobin faster, make me feel more tired before the 3-week time period for my next transfusion proceed. So I have to manage it well, even sometimes to have some time to rest on the Saturday if I do not have blood transfusions. So if I have off day Saturday, I will sleep later, sleep till I have a schedule. So usually I wake up around 10 a.m. Even on latest. So then our evening I will go for short walk kind of exercise. On my opposite my house there's playground, those for elderly gym they call it, those machine they have for you can for kids they can play too, those running track, and it's mainly for elderly and those neighborhood to do some light exercise. I can do that too, or slow walk to my neighborhood, and probably buy dinner bag, things like that during the Saturday evening. but recently there is like haze issue. It started like I think last Thursday, so it's like a few days ago only. The PSI is like above 100 in most cases, which is a unhealthy range. So it's like haze problem now and then due to the probably Indonesia forest burning. Even Malaysia is affected, but recently it's better now because of like rain the last 2 days. So it's when I have time I'll go for a short walk and try not to be affected by the haze. When it's like the haze is too bad, I will avoid outdoor sport and drink more water, stay indoor. That's what I can do. But because of that, I think last week on the Friday I have some like phlegm, coughing, dry cough, and also like slight fever on the Friday. So I went down to the polyclinic nearby to save cost because you go to the private clinic cost like 40 something Singapore dollars or so for a visit, sometimes even 30 something at least to like $50, depend on the consultation fees and also the medicine, how many medicine they prescribe you, and how costly is the medicine, or how the rental, everything, how much they charge you for overall. So it can add up to like 40 something $50. I rather go to my nearby there, 5 minutes, about 10 minutes walk. There's a like government polyclinic that I am subsidized on, like 90% subsidized. It's a government hospital, so I can use my subsidized this memo on 90%, which I just pay like $1.50 that day, which I have some Panadol, some for my inflammation, phlegm, those like cough mixture too. These 3 medicine only for like I don't know how many, probably about a week or so supply that I need to try to finish the course. Until now I haven't finished because last Friday it's happened a week, but it's better now. The phlegm has reduced a lot and the fever seems to retrieve. My fever is slight fever, 38.4, not too bad. A day after that is like retrieved already. The cough also it persists for about 2 or 3 days. Until now I think one day maybe cough like 2-3 times, yeah, once in a while though. Hope to this entire week could recover fully. So it takes like 2 hour plus 3 hour or longer just to wait for my turn to see the doctor, and wait again to take my medicine, and wait again to make payment. So it's probably I spent about half day there already. I was at the polyclinic 9 a.m. then I probably it's 4 hours, definitely 3 to 4 hours. Or like the elderly especially, they go to the polyclinic because times is bad, so they try to get subsidized everyone. So it's long queue over at the polyclinic. The best thing is try not to get sick and have some medicine at home with you all the time, so you don't have to go down to the polyclinic for those like cough or those small illness that you know what it is and you have the medicine for. You can take it whenever you want to, then go to the purposely have to spend money to go to see a doctor. Other than that, the second week of the month August is quite a media savvy week to me. I'm asked to be on the media, television, in fact, other than the newsletter and article. Firstly is the CNA, Channel News Asia Singapore. So it's basically Red Cross Singapore. They are making a like 3-part series on blood donation that they hope to spike in blood donors in the next like 15 years. It's like education, public awareness campaign that will be featured during the like 9 p.m. tonight news, like from like Friday to the coming Monday. Like every day during the news, they will have a like 4-5 minutes kind of like this series on the like short clip. Basically, I'm on the first of the 3-part on blood donations. So they try to look for other patients. They need a thalassemia patient this time, so they couldn't find any thalassemia patient. They asked me firstly to like whether I could help, because I helped them before in the year 2014 for the World Blood Donor Day. So they kind of asked me, they come to me straight away and ask. Then I say probably couldn't make it because I got work, because like give other a chance. Then they try to pursue others, but they are not comfortable on television and come back to me. I'm like, fine, I'm do that just to say a few words. So they like on the Monday itself, they have a they arrange with the SGH, the General Hospital, for the place I have my blood transfusion to film the entire series. It's basically the same question you probably already know much better. Because I asked about the thalassemia and what I want to say to the blood donors. Then they frame a few clips here and there of me walking and also taking the BP, and like put over the sound clip of me talking all along, because like television show, they normally don't frame you all the time of you. They put like other scenes image over your sound clip, certain parts. So they kind of like ask me to walk from the side to the room, then after take the BP to like as a transition to my interview. Then everything is done within like 1 hour. It is hosted at the Ward 72, where it's after our time. There's no patient up there. So it's like you can check out the video on Channel News Asia. Might be on Red Cross Singapore too. The video is called like Red Cross Singapore hopes to draw more to its blood donor pool, and there's like part 2, part 3, and I think part 4 too, where they have the game like find the blood type, kind of like public a game for the public awareness to participate too. But I'm on the first of the 3 series. I'm appear on the prime time 9 PM news, and like few days later they put me on the like Today newspaper, which is Singapore free newspaper for the public. Everyone can have it for free. Yeah, they publish they have a reporter like interviewing me at my blog the next few days after the Channel News Asia interview. Basically the title read beneficial ARGE argued more to donate blood. Basically they put my story and also what I said to encourage the public for blood donation. And you may think that is it, and like few days later I received an email from them, Red Cross, saying that I'm on another article. Yeah, I'm on another article. It's on Channel News Asia. It's like, don't be complacent about blood sufficiency, Singapore Red Cross. Basically they said they have like sufficient like insufficient amount of blood. Last year they used up like 100 over 1,000 of unit of blood, and basically share my story too on the article. You can check out if you want to. All the stories I think is on my Facebook and Twitter too. I can't share the link and the article I'm on. Beneficiaries urge more to donate blood. So basically they talk about share my story about when I was diagnosed at the age of 3, talk about the severity of my thalassemia condition, and basically a little of myself, how I am, and so talk about the terrifying experience. They interview me saying about my injections and like another like man kind of he is also a blood beneficiary stories on the page 24th of today newspaper. Is published on the Wednesday 17 August, page 24 of it, the talk session of it, so you can read it if you want. And you may think that that's it too, you are on Channel News Asia and Today newspaper. Then like you may think that's it. A few days after I received an email from Red Cross saying I'm on the article on like Channel News Asia. It's titled read what they call it. Don't be complacent about blood sufficiency. Singapore Red Cross. Let's talk about last year. You know how many over 100,000 over 1,000 units of blood were used, and don't think that the blood donated by the public is enough for for use. It's like urge people to donate blood more frequently, so they won't have like a blood shortage too. You can read it. I'm on it. It's on the Channel News Asia website too. So that's I'm on 3 of the one article, one newspaper article, and also on the like TV Channel News Asia news, also on Red Cross. So that's quite an experience for me, at least. Last but nowhere near any least, I'm going to talk about some changes, some update to my oral iron chelator SJs from next couple of months in the year 2017 onwards. Which an exact month of 2017 I do not know. Probably the first quarter of or possibly January 2017 onwards. That the doctor, my doctor, Dr. Ang Ai Ling, like update me during the my previous my last doctor consultation that the SJet that is currently in the market will not be available, at least in Singapore, because the new formula of the SJet, known as the as you might know, Jadenu, will be only available. So probably next year onwards, no more SJet, just Jadenu will be available for all thalassemia patient, or for those who require the oral iron chelator drug such as SJet. They will be taking Jadenu. The price I do not know exact how much until it's out. Probably next year I'll be showing you when I have it, as soon as I have it. But they have it, I saw the picture, they have it in like green, like orange, kind of a dark purple blue kind of color, from 90 mg per tablet to 360 mg per tablet max. So each bottle is like 30 tablets. Probably is the benefit of SJ in the way of taking it like L1. So it's 360 is might not be one tablet, could be like SJ at least like 2-3 tablet for my case, depend on the NG and how they calculate though. This new formula, probably I expected like 3 tablet I'll be taking. I will be showing you. We have came to the end of this audio blog. Thanks everyone for watching and listening. Remember, you could always skip to the segment topic you would like to listen to. Lastly, I hope everyone have an enjoyable day.